I've never been more scared to film a video in my life. Hey guys, so I haven't been on this channel in a while, and yeah, so it's really weird to be in front of the camera again. But before I start this video, let me just say that this video that I'm about to film is not in any way, shape, or form me, you know, asking for pity or whatever. This is just me, trying to tell you guys that this thing still exists and that I feel like I need to speak up on topics that aren't really being brought up about. They're kind of being pushed down like they're not really anything, but in reality, they are a big something. Let's just start off in the beginning. If you guys did not know, I lived in California. I had a bunch of friends. I was a well-known person. A lot of people knew me. Anyways, my mom told me that we're gonna be moving because she got a job opportunity. So we packed our bags and we moved to Ohio. Now, keep in mind, I was very excited. I was excited that I got to meet new friends, and I got to see new people, and I got to hear their stories, and I got to be surrounded by a whole new environment, I guess you could say, and I was really happy about that. So I wasn't really nervous about going into school at all. I knew I was going to make friends because, I just got back from a situation where I had a bunch of friends, you know? And the first day of school was fine. You know, I thought I made a bunch of friends. At the time, friends to me was talking to someone and them saying hi. So to me, I made a bunch of friends at the time. And I was feeling really good. I was like, yes, this is a good transition. First week of school, I was in band, and it was marching band. And since I didn't go there for the summer, I couldn't do marching band, so I had to sit out. But there was this one time where I asked the teacher if I could please march with them so that I can, you know, get used to it, I guess. So I started marching with them, and this kid that's next to me, let's just call him Charlie. Charlie's like, oh wow, you're such an amateur at what you do, why'd you come here, you suck at whatever, you suck at marching, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna be perfectly good. I just started, so I'm not gonna be like a freaking perfect marcher. Like, I don't know what you expect, but that wasn't really anything major. Didn't tell anybody, you know, it wasn't a major thing. I was like, oh yeah, and I just laughed. I didn't do anything. A week after that, we were in band again, and I had to sit next to him because the people that were in our section weren't there, so I had to sit next to Charlie. And as I start to sit next to Charlie, he's like, oh, do I really have to sit next to that? I was like, boy, if you don't get your Pringle hairline looking away from me, I will attack. Like, I was angry, but I didn't say anything. Again, like, he called me that, and I just stood there, and I was just like, the next day after that incident happened, I got paired up with Charlie in Spanish. And I wanted to literally jump off a cliff. I was like, okay, wow, I got paired up with this kid. But I'm a sweet soul. I love everybody. So when I got paired up with him, I wanted to make conversation with him because I'm the type of person where if I'm in a situation, I'm going to talk. I'm going to make conversation. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to, you know, engage with them. I'm not just going to sit there and, you know. So I got paired up with him. I tried to talk to him, and he was just giving me all the signals that he did not like me. I'm not going to engage in the conversation if you're not going to give it back to me. I was starting to do my work and everything, and he raises his hand, and he asked the teacher. He says, teacher, can I get a new partner? Like, in front of everybody. And he said, my partner isn't working. My partner isn't doing what they're supposed to do. And I tell her, I'm like, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. The teacher didn't do anything. The teacher just stood there. There was this kid that sat next to Charlie. Let's just call him Ronnie. So, you know, Ronnie talks to me, and Ronnie's like, oh, you lost another partner. And I'm just like, I mean, he said I didn't do anything, so whatever. Like, and then Ronnie's like, oh, you're worthless. Everything in the world bad happens because of you. Go kill yourself. Like, stuff like that. Like, when he said that, you know, I did care, kind of, because I went into that situation with, like, a really positive attitude, and it's like everybody's, like, every week. And this is just only in the beginning of the week, like, the first month of school. There's a lot more. But in the first month of school, like, to have all this happening right after you move from a new state, like, it sucks, and you have nobody to turn to, you have nobody to talk to, because all your friends are 3,000 miles away, so it kind of sucks. In the beginning, when I changed tables, these girls didn't talk to me. They still didn't talk to me, but when I would say something, they would, like, look at each other and whisper while looking directly at me, which was very childish. Like, I would sit at the table, and they would be like looking directly at me, and I'm just like, at me next time, like, I know you're talking about me. This was the thing that kind of took a turn on me. So A month after that happened, so it was a whole month without anything happening. I still didn't have any friends, but I was cool by myself. I was cool not talking to anybody. That was totally fine. But a month after that happens, there's this kid, and we had math together. And I sat in the back of the class because I learned better in the back. So I was, working on my stuff, and then the bell was about to ring. And he comes over to me, and he pushes a paper off my desk. The guy that was in front of me, he was like, oh, don't mess with her, something, she's crazy. And I was still just sitting there not doing anything. I just sat there just staring. And then he said, I'm not scared of her. And then I said, I'm not scared of you either. And then he leaned over, hover. Oh my God, he hovered over me. Like, he was like this, like ready to fight me. And he kept calling me the N-word. Little boy, I'm gonna need you to back up because I don't know where you were raised. I don't know who you were raised by, but why are you using those derogatory terms towards me? Like, are you trying to dehumanize me? Funny fact is, he is a little white boy. If you are white and you are saying the N-word, I'm gonna need you to take a step back because that is just ignorant of you. So I go into school the next day, and this is the thing that just made everything go downhill, I guess. So I go into school the next day, and something's not feeling right. I get to math, and in the beginning of the class, I have these cupcakes. I'm getting ready to eat the cupcakes, and the same guy that hovered over me and called me the N-word walks over to me. He reaches for one of the cupcakes, I slap his hand, I say, no. Like, no, they're mine. I just say no. And he puts his hands on the back of my neck and growl into my ear and say, mother effer, you don't tell me no. I just sat there again after he did that. And throughout the whole day, I was feeling like crap. Still people didn't talk to me in that time. So I was feeling pretty alone, and I told my mom that it happened, and I came in the car, and I was crying, and I was just really upset about it, and it sucked really bad, and so I told my mom, and I started crying in the car, and I was like, she's shaking with anger while talking to the principal, and I'm crying. Like, it's just a bad situation. You wanna know what they did? They gave him a little slap on the wrist and told him not to do it again. They didn't suspend him, they didn't expel him, they didn't do nothing about it. They didn't do nothing about it, pretty much. So you mean to tell me that this kid used a derogatory term towards me and hovered over me, getting ready to fight me, then proceeded to put his hands on me. And you mean that you didn't even suspend him or expel him? Like, there are these kids that interrupt the teachers when they're talking, or they simply, don't do their homework and they get suspended or something. But no, a kid calls me the N-word and tries to dehumanize me and puts his hands on me, but he just gets a little slap on the wrist telling him not to do it again. Okay. Up to this point, I was just really, I was just feeling down. After he put his hands on me, it was just like, bam. I proceeded to go downhill. I was just sad all the time. I didn't talk to anybody. I still didn't talk to anybody at school, but I was starting to not talk to my mom, my brother. I stayed in my room all the time. Didn't really do anything. I just stayed in my room and didn't really talk. I went to bed every night at 8 or 9. And I didn't really go to bed. I would tell my mom I was going to bed, but I would really turn off the light, and I would just, lay there till, 2 a.m. Just laying there for, 5 or 6 hours, just sitting there staring at the wall and just, just thinking, I just thought all the time. My mind constantly ran, and I was just thinking of a lot of stuff, and my mind would never shut off for me to go to bed, So yeah, I was constantly in this state of depression, and I was just feeling really bad because I didn't want to talk to any of my friends about it from California. They don't know about the reason why I didn't talk to them about it, but they know that I didn't really talk to them about it. But the reason why I didn't talk to them about it is because I didn't want to bring anybody down. When bad stuff happened to me or a situation happens to me, I don't like talking about it or bringing it up or saying all the details about it because I feel like I'm bringing people down, and that is not my intention at all. That's why I don't. That's why one time I went to a counselor and I talked to them about it, and I felt bad because she started crying and I didn't do it anymore. And which is really weird that I'm filming this video, but the reason why I'm doing it is so that I can raise awareness about this and try and realize that there are still people out there that are like this. Skip 5 months, nothing has happened. It's like throughout the whole 4 months, I made one friend who I'm still friends with now. Thank you for her, like, blessed. I have one friend there, you know, one friend that I could actually, like, somewhat trust, I guess. But she's really amazing. So 5 months go by. I go to get breakfast alone because I usually do. I have nobody to go with. I have one friend and I have like one class with her. But I end up going to breakfast. So I'm walking back to class and this girl's next to me. And she just comes up next to me and she has my math class. And, you know, I barely talk to her at all, but I'm gonna make conversation with her because that's who I am. So I start talking to her, blah, 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 blah. Guess she gets this sudden mensch of anger, like this sudden anger builds up inside of her stomach or something. We're walking and she pushes me into the wall. No reason behind it at all. Just pushes me into a wall. There was a bruise underneath my eye to the point where it started to a little bit swell, like somewhat, but there's like a mark underneath my eye. And a teacher that was behind us saw her push me into the wall and saw saw my eye hit the wall and saw me lying on the floor and saw her just standing there not doing anything. And the teacher, he just stands there, he's like, "Girls, get back to class." Girls, get back to class. I am on the floor with my eye hurting and literally crying, and you have the audacity to just be like, "Girls, get back to class." Another situation that happened was, these girls at school, they broke my phone. If they're watching this video, hello. I don't like you. They broke my phone, and they had the audacity to tell me that it was my fault that it broke, and I confronted them because at this point in time, I was done with being the punching bag. I was done with having those people at school be superior to me and making me feel like I am less than I am. So at this point, I grew a backbone and I confronted both of them. Congratulations, Devin. I confronted both of them and I told them, you're gonna need to pay for this phone because I didn't break it, so you're gonna need to pay for it. Like, why am I gonna pay for a phone that I didn't break? They tell me, they're like, "Oh my god, Devin, this is all your fault. The reason why the phone broke, you never take responsibility for anything that you do." Whine. They don't even take full responsibility in them breaking my phone. I'm mad at them that they didn't even pay for it. You know how childish that is? Like, if I broke a phone, you have plus, they didn't apologize and they laughed. If I broke a phone, you have no idea. I'd be like, I'm sorry, like freaking 100 I'm sorries. And I would offer to pay for it the moment I broke it. Because that's just the person I am. I'm a nice person. I'm a respectful person. I'm not stupid. I'm not ignorant. I'm not gonna be stupid and not pay for a phone that I broke. You know? Remember that kid in Spanish class that was telling me like, "Oh, you're worthless, all the bad things in the world happen because of you"? Okay, so the school was having a basketball game. And it was a staff versus police basketball game, and they're trying to raise money for prom and stuff. "Oh, Devin, are you gonna be going to the basketball game?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna be going." And he said, "You might want to watch out." And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because it's gonna be filled with police officers, and you're black, so they're gonna get you." What kind of an ignorant statement? It's sad because people like this actually exist in the world and people like this are trying to bring other people down. And at the time I thought it was because I was the new kid, other stuff, but that all happened this year. Just freshman year. This was just freshman year. Everything that happened was just in freshman year. Okay, so this is a update like 2 days later, I guess, like after I filmed that video before. I went to school today and we had testing. I didn't have that testing for that period, so I had to go in the lunchroom with like a bunch, like 50 kids. And so, since I was in that lunchroom with, like, the 50 kids, I guess, like, I didn't know where to sit, so I sat alone. And my friend came, like, the one friend I told you about, and, the girl that pushed me into the wall, she came along, and her friend. So, I was already a little bit skeptical, but I was like, it's fine, my friend's here, so it's okay. So, we're sitting at the table and everything's going good until, like, 10 minutes into the table. They take my water bottle. And they punch a hole into the water bottle, and for some reason, I don't know why, but they like squirted it in my face. They found it funny. My friend didn't say anything. I feel like she didn't say anything out of fear, so that's okay. But she didn't say anything. Then they took my phone and they were like running around, like the cafeteria with it. And I told them to stop. And I literally got mad. I was like, stop. My phone's already broken once. I'm not going to have you guys break it again. So they eventually gave me my phone back. And so, little things would happen. Like, they would, like poke my side, and it got really annoying. We were on the bus. And all 50 kids had to cram into one bus because, I don't know why, but everyone had to go into one bus. I was sitting here, right? And the girl that pushed me into the wall was sitting here. And the other girl, so the girl that pushed me into the wall, her friend, was sitting behind us. And the girl that broke my phone before was sitting in front of us. She squirts the bottle of water in my face again while I'm in the bus. Now, at this point I'm mad. I don't know, I'm just really angry that you guys would still do that. Like, it's really childish. And so after that happens, the girl behind me, she's like yanking on my hair and pulling my hair and like flicking my head and like just doing stupid childish things. I swear these kids at this school have no home training. But the girl that was sitting in front of us, the girl that broke my phone before, she saw everything. Like, she saw her putting the water in my face, she saw her pulling my hair, she saw her flicking me, she saw her hitting my head, and all she did was say, "Wow, Devin, you're getting bullied." But she was the first person to be like, "Oh, Devin, I'm so sorry," when I told her about that girl that pushed me into the wall. People should not be going through this, People should not have to... When people go into school, they should feel comfortable, they should feel safe, they should feel a sense of security, not feel like every time they go into the school that something else is going to happen. They shouldn't feel like every time they go into school something new is going to take place and ruin their mood again. They shouldn't feel like that. They should feel safe in a school. And that's why I feel like some school systems need to bring awareness to bullying, more awareness. Not just throwing out flyers and throwing out hashtags around. No, I mean putting some serious effort into bullying, because how many kids have to die in order for people to actually take this seriously? How many people have to take their own lives in order for people to see bullying as a main thing, as a priority? Like, when it happens, you should do something about it. Not when I tell you that something happens, you shouldn't be like, okay, this girl's getting bullied. Okay, calls in the bully, gives them a little slap on the wrist. No, I mean, like, suspend them, do something, make them feel like what they did was wrong. Because bringing people down and making people feel bad about themselves is so horrible, and nobody should feel like this. I don't wish anything that has happened to me, I don't wish any of this on my worst enemy. If you're a bully and you're watching this video, just listen to me for a second. If you have things that are going on at your home or anything, because the girl that pushed me into the wall was dealing with stuff at home. She was dealing with bullies at home, she was dealing with her mom and everything, and, it sucks. So I feel like most bullies have things that are happening at home, and most bullies have things that they're dealing with internally that they're not expressing out loud, So they take it out on other people. And listen, there are many ways that you could deal with your anger. If you have anger issues, you can go talk to a counselor, or if you don't want to do that, which I understand personally, you could go do boxing, do other stuff like that. You don't have to terrorize other kids and make them feel the same way that you do. If you understand how it feels to feel low and to feel disgusting and to feel like you do not matter in this world, why are you going to make someone else feel that same pain that you do? You could either do boxing and get your anger out that way, or you could take your anger out on another person and actually cause them to kill themselves. Which one sounds better? Saving a life and saving your own, or taking someone else's life while you still feel like crap and knowing that you made this person do what they did, having that weight on your shoulders plus the weight that you feel at home, that sucks. And that's probably going to lead you to some other things, into some severe situations that you cannot be taken out of. And if you are getting bullied, understand that I understand where you are coming from. I really do. I understand how it is to wake up in the mornings and just want to go to bed because it sucks being awake. I understand what it feels like to never want to get up out of bed because you don't have the motivation to. I understand how it feels to go to school and not try in your schoolwork because you feel like you don't have the motivation and nobody's telling you that you can do it. I understand how that feels. I understand how it feels to lay down in bed and just at night just lie down in bed and never go to sleep because your mind is constantly running and constantly just thinking about things and telling you that you were wrong and telling you that you were worthless and other things like that. I understand how that feels. I really do. If you are going through a minor situation, still tell the teacher. Still, first tell your parents because your parents will take care of it. But if your parents and your guardians can't do anything in that moment, make sure to tell the teachers. Because if you go without saying anything, this whole entire thing is going to be bottling up inside of you, and soon you're just going to explode like a freaking cannon. And if you are getting bullied, listen, find one thing that you love doing, and make sure that you do that thing constantly, all the time. All the time. I don't care what it is. Do it. Love it. If you love doing it, make sure you do it. I love filming. When I grow up, I want to be a cinematographer. I want to film for music videos. I want to film for movies. I want to film. I love being behind the camera, and I love making content that other people would love. Make sure you find something that you love, like art or drawing or coloring or running or skipping or anything that you love doing. Make sure you continue to do that and never let the people that are bringing you down ever affect that. But yeah, that's all I have to say for this video. Hopefully this video inspires someone, like one person. If it inspired one person, I have done my job. I didn't film this video for pity. I didn't film this video for you guys to feel bad for me. I filmed this video so that you guys could take something out of it and apply it to your real lives. Like, take something out of this and hopefully this stops a bully, or at least one bully, or inspires someone that is getting bullied to speak up about the situation that they are in. Because that's my main purpose for this video. Because with this platform that we have 300 people subscribed to us. And I feel like with this platform that we have, we shouldn't just be making people smile and laugh. I feel like we should also be bringing awareness to situations that aren't being taught about. I feel like we should be helping people when they need to be helped, and inspiring people, and just throwing our love out there and throwing our experiences out there, letting you guys know that we are genuine. We are not just people behind a camera. We are genuine people that, you know, have feelings and stuff, and we go through things like other people. We're not a perfect person like people think we are, I guess. As far as Saturday's videos becoming regular things, I do not know. Yeah, that was my video, and hopefully I will see you guys very soon. Bye.